Hello, I'm Mike Bach, and welcome to my journey, 30 days into raw food. Today, day number 6, or the morning of it, which is why I'm drinking my wonderful, delicious morning drink. Anyway, what's gone on this past few days? Well, I tried making almond milk. That did not go well at all. It took me actually 2 tries to get the almond milk to work. First problem I had was straining the almond milk. Basically what you do is you're taking water and almonds and putting it into the world's most powerful blender and making it into a liquid. Once you do that, you're straining out the almond matter, and whatever's left behind is almond milk. Simple and true. So I'll probably actually show a video demonstration of that later. The problem was straining this particulate matter out of the milk. I did not have a nut bag, which I think is what you're supposed to use, or a nut milk bag, and it's kind of interesting calling around and trying to get, asking these places if they have a nut bag. So I made my girlfriend do it, and she did, and oddly enough, nobody had it. The closest thing we could find was cheesecloth, so we tried that, and the problem with the cheesecloth was it's too wide of a thing, so I doubled it up, and that didn't work, and I glued it on, or rubber banded onto things. That didn't work. There was just nuts and milk and everything, just everywhere. Total mess. I then actually went to Bed Bath & Beyond, and they had a fine cheesecloth, which worked out really well. And I'll show you the trick to that when I show you the video. Don't want to spoil that for you right now. Like I said, it's just been a rough couple of days. I was in IKEA, what was that, 2 days ago, I think, and, well, I know I said I wouldn't talk about poops, but here you go. Poop happened, and I needed to get to a restroom as quickly as humanly possible. And in IKEA, you really can't do that because, well, there's this maze of stuff and shortcuts and things that made it a little bit more complicated to get there. And luckily, I made it, so I know you were worried, but yes, all good. The other problem I had that day was that night we went to a birthday party. And oddly enough, it wasn't a raw birthday party, since most people don't do this. So there wasn't a whole lot there for me. I mean, I was standing at one point, I looked to my right, there was cupcakes. I looked to my left, there was a cheesecake, and chicken marsala, and pasta, and avocado egg rolls, and all these things that I would just be inhaling. And luckily for me, they did actually have a salad. So I got to eat salad while everybody else ate all that other stuff. And, the other issues I had was drinking. I did not drink. I drank water, which is what you're supposed to drink. Very good, very important. Drink water. And they're passing around shots of tequila and whatnot. So at one point I did a shot of water just to feel like I was part of the gang. But just water, no tequila, no alcohol. Then the next day, which was, what was that? That was yesterday. We went to a farmer's market. Safe place to go, right? All kinds of fresh produce and all this. Until we noticed that there was a arts festival going on right next door. So, all right, arts festival, we'll go check it out. And, looking at artwork and all kinds of wacky things. And all of a sudden you walk through that gauntlet. The food gauntlet. Where there's funnel cakes and sausage and peppers and ice creams and Jamaican food and all this stuff that, well, honestly, none of it's on the raw food diet. So they made that a little bit complicated. Although I did see, then also we see a sign that says artichokes. I'm like, oh, cool, sure I can do something with that. Deep fried. Yeah, it was a deep fried artichoke, which therefore takes it out of the raw food category. It was very difficult walking that way, because as we talked about in the past, habits. And my habit was always to get stuff from there. And I mean, even there was a guy selling roasted ears of corn. I mean, but roasted takes it out of raw food. So I passed by, did not have any of that. Luckily at the farmer's market I did get a plum, so I ate that, and it kind of made me feel a little bit better, a little bit more, able to eat something at least. But I really believe in this thing. You need to plan ahead with raw food. It's not, back in the day, I would drive through a drive-through, McDonald's, Burger King, all those places. And, you wouldn't have to think about eating. You would just go, okay, I'm hungry, but there's food, let's get it. And now you can't do that. You have to plan. You have to bring baggies of snacks everywhere you go, just in case you get caught somewhere. Let's see, the other thing I want to talk about is, being prepared, as in you have to make food. You have to make your own food. It's that simple. Like I said, you could go to one of those stores and buy food, but that's expensive. It's crazy. It's just, ridiculous. So right now in my kitchen, I have things soaking, I have other things sprouting, and I have other things dehydrating. Yes, somewhere in there, things are going through all these processes just so that I can eat them. And some things are being soaked simply so they can be dehydrated later. I don't get it. The dehydration process has been a little confusing to me. I'm working on it. Like, for example, this. See this? Can you see this? This was a cucumber at one time. And now it's dust. And I was actually doing this because I need things, honestly, to eat hummus with, besides the crackers. So I made these, and like I said, it was a very interesting experiment. But I have, banana chips and strawberries and apples, and because also you have to keep them at a certain temperature, you can't just throw them in. Because according to the food dehydrator, to dehydrate fruit, you have to put it at like 135, 145 degrees, whatever it is, which is too hot for it to be considered live food anymore. So you have to do I usually stay between 105 and 115, and I just let it dehydrate until it turns to powder. And but it's been good. They are tasty, and thing like I said, banana chips I'm going to keep with me today because I'm going to Disney World, which also should be another adventure. Let's see. I do recommend, though, not throwing yourself into this like I did. Okay? I mean, even though I bought some books the week before and tried to read up and plan all this stuff, it just becomes overwhelming. And what I would recommend is, if you're thinking about doing raw and you're not sure, pick a day a week. Say, you know what, Thursdays is going to be my raw day. And then try to make that day raw. And then once you're able to do that, and you want to expand from that point. And it'll make it a lot easier, I'm sure. This has just been crazy. Time management skills are definitely a necessity with all this. I mean, it is a hurry up and wait. Everything needs to soak for at least overnight. But in the silver lining to all this, my blood sugars are, have been normal a couple of times while I've tested over the week, so I'm excited about that. And I will continue to report and let you know what's going on. I am Mike Bach. If you need to reach me, check me on Twitter at Dr. Mike Bach. I can never get this right. It's right there. At Dr. Mike Bach, DrMikebach, or subscribe to this YouTube channel over there, or maybe it's over there. And I'll be in touch. In the meanwhile, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.